We're making new friends, we're out in the wild. Oh, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Me and Black Mamba and the crocodile. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Hi, my name's Lydia. I'm head booker for women at Oxygen Models. We're a boutique modelling agency based on the King's Road in Chelsea. We represent both men and women, and we do commercial and editorial. Well, I try to encourage the girls not to diet, obviously to keep track of what they're eating, eat healthily and exercise, but we don't encourage any form of extreme dieting. And if girls do come in for walk-ins that are too thin, we will tell them to go away and put some weight on before we'll consider taking them on. We want to make sure that all our models are healthy. But at the same time, some girls will find that they naturally maintain a very slim weight and they can eat whatever they want. You'll find other girls that need to work a bit harder, they need to watch what they eat perhaps a little bit more healthily and do a little bit more exercise to maintain the weight that they need to be to keep working as a model. Well, as regard to weight, it depends again on the type of modelling that you do. For the runway and more editorial side of things, you do need to be on the slimmer side of things, but for more commercial stuff you have curvier girls, so it really depends on the sort of clients and work that you're getting as a model. But in terms of the actual exercise, you don't want to do anything too physical which is going to bulk you up or anything like that. But it's pretty much, I think the individuals can speak to their agents about tailoring a sort of program for them. In terms of fashion tips for models, I think as a model you're there to kind of show off your body, so I don't think anything too trendy, just very simple, like black leggings, like I said before, and a fitted top is probably the best. It's sort of known as the model's uniform. You'll see hundreds of girls at castings in black leggings, high heels and simple tops. So you have to show yourself off and to be able to see your figure, that's usually the best way of doing it. In terms of money with modelling, the most important thing is to remember not to expect to make lots of money overnight. It's really important to put the time in building up a portfolio, doing test shoots and stuff, so it's really important not to expect to make a lot of money overnight. If you work hard, build up a book and a good portfolio, you can start to earn money, but it's, you often have to travel abroad to see clients in Milan or in Paris, New York. So it's really hard to say how much money. Again, it depends on whether you're doing the more commercial side or the more editorial side. If a model was to land a bigger campaign, which a couple of our girls did recently, they can be looking at more in the £10,000 market. If you're just doing a simple hair PR job, half a day, which is 4 hours, you can be looking at about £400. If you have a casting, it's often a good idea to research the client and what sort of stuff they do, so that you can engage with the client and talk to them about the brand, and so that you've shown willing that you know a bit about it and that you're interested in them. In terms of test shoots, there's no set number that you have to do, but the more flexible and available you can be to do test shoots, the quicker you're going to be able to build your book and your portfolio, and then the more likely you are to impress clients when you go to castings. A test shoot is where a photographer, a makeup artist and a stylist get together with a model, and they do a shoot, but it's for everyone's personal portfolio use only, so there are no commercial usages or anything like that, and no one pays any money or anything for them, but they're for each individual to use. So the photographer to show off his photography, the model to show off them as a model, the makeup artist how they do the makeup and stuff like that. A model should always be working on their catwalk to make sure that they feel confident and comfortable and that they're going to get the best chance of being booked on the job. There's usually so many models casting for each individual job that if you can make sure that you stand out somehow, or your walk is really good so that it's going to catch the eye of the casting director or the client, that's important. Also, it's important to have a good outfit for casting, something that you feel comfortable in but still shows off your figure. If someone has had interest from an agency but not been signed, the best thing to do is to find out from the agents if they can give them any feedback, if there's anything they can do, to perhaps improve, perhaps have a hairstyle change, or perhaps if they needed to tone up a bit more. But it's really important to, if an agency tells you that you don't have the right look for them, then there isn't much you can do, because the agent will give you the feedback. If they think there is something that they'd like you to do, they will usually tell you. So, I mean, not every attractive girl can be a model. There are many beautiful girls that just don't have the right features for modelling, and a lot of models, the girls that are models and do have the right features can sometimes be a bit quirky and edgy, and not necessarily what another person might think is attractive. So it's quite difficult in terms of that. In terms of ages for models, anything from 16 to about 25, depending on the sort of modelling you're doing. Obviously that is not exclusive. There are older models doing more commercial things. Some girls might get signed to an agency a bit younger and start building up their book before they start working on jobs when they become 16. In terms of the social side of modelling, as a model you will get invited to a lot of parties, often where you'll be offered free dinner and drinks. Obviously we get invited to a lot of events with you guys, and many other of the venues around London will approach agencies and models to come down and have a night out with them. As a model, you'll meet lots of interesting people, from designers to makeup artists to other models. It's a really good opportunity to meet people from all different walks of life. Providing you have the right look, there's a great opportunity for travel, for anywhere from Paris to Milan to New York to Asia, from Tokyo to Singapore. The opportunities are endless for travel.